It's come to my attention that a lot of you still have questions in regards to what it is that you need to do in order to attend the Mid-America Athletic Training Association meeting, or the MAATA meeting that we've been talking about. And there seems to be some confusion between what's the difference between MAATA and ACES. Well, ACES workshop, which is the BOC preparatory workshop, is being offered at the MAATA meeting. So you would register to attend the MAATA meeting, as well as register to attend the ACES BOC preparatory workshop, and those would be two separate fees. So real quick, I want to just take you through and answer each of these questions. Again, this is my understanding that these are some of the things that you all have been asking, and if you have any additional questions, you can certainly forward those to me. But first off, how do I register? Well, all you have to do is, if you go to the MAATA website, which is www.maatad5.org, you should see this. And again, you can get to it in two different ways. You can go to learn more through this 35th Annual Symposium, or you can go up here through events. Click on that link. And we have a few things. We'll come back to the meeting schedule in just a second. But to register, simply click here, and you select all that apply. So for you, you would be a student member, $15. Right, and then as you'd go through, you'd put in your credit, you'd go in here to register. So again, I'm a student member. You'll sign yourself up, go to register. You're going to put in your credit card information. All right, and then you can pick from these. Are you going to the evidence-based practice? Probably not a big deal for you as a student, but are you planning on attending the student social on that night being held at the hotel? I strongly encourage you to attend that. It's a great networking opportunity, and I even stress, don't just sit there and hang out with fellow students at our institution. Go around and network, talk to other folks, especially if these are folks you've seen in the ACES workshop, and just have conversations, because you never know when that may come back and be a benefit to you. So again, select a meal plan. All right, you're not a young professional, but here is the ACES preparatory workshop. So you would select that here. You're a member, $80. So I'm going to go ahead and come back to those original questions. How much does it cost? You're looking at a $15 registration for us as a student. You're looking at $80 for the ACES. And then again, there's various food and beverage packages. You are not required to purchase these by any means. If you want to do brown bag lunches, meaning bringing them yourself, you certainly can to save money. But the most expensive package, meaning you get everything, every single meal right there on site, and these are pretty handy, is $60. But that's up to you. You know, what's the schedule? Again, if you go to the website, there's a nice schedule, and I said we can hit that link here in just a second. But I want to talk about some of the things that are going to be most important to you. So I'm going to come back to this website, go back to the symposium, the meeting schedule. Okay, here's Thursday. Now, in the ACES workshop, you're going to be starting a little early. And note here that registration is at 8:30 to 9, and you will start promptly at 9 a.m. So you need to be there early, and you need to be there ready. So you will start on Thursday, early in the morning, and again, you can kind of see that you will continue for quite a while. So they'll even feed you dinner right here. What you need to pay attention to, again, look at the student sessions. All of these are in kind of a pea green color. You have a student welcome reception, and again, I already told you, please attend that function. Very important for networking purposes. On Friday, again, here you are in pea green. There's a ATs and the non-traditional settings panel discussion, and then you're going to follow that up with your ACES workshop again. Once that concludes, you have a student district meeting, a presentation on concussions, and also taping techniques. All these in pea green are for students. Student abstract and presentations here. And then throughout the this schedule, I'd always encourage you to find one of the staff members, myself included, and use that as an opportunity to get introduced to people. And that's all it is putting a name with a face, and you never know when that contact might come in handy a year, 2 years, even 5 years down the road. Transportation plans, at this point in time, all I can tell you is plan to carpool. Try to get 3 or 4 cars and several, again, getting 3 or 4 of you in each car, and carpool up there, split the gas, so it doesn't cost you very much. Can I miss class? Yes, this would be an excused absence, and all we need is a list of folks that plan to attend, and I can put out an announcement to all the professors, but again, you need to talk to your professor or your instructor beforehand, make arrangements. And then per Diane's notes, my understanding is that she is not holding Friday classes, so that means those of you that are in eval should be okay. And again, the understanding was that Dr. Schneider would be creating a take-home assignment for exercise physiology, and we're still waiting to hear back from Aaron, and then we'll talk to Terry Foster so that they know. But the biggest thing is being proactive and communicating with your professors. They'll understand. Appropriate attire. Should you take interview clothes? Absolutely. Every day you should be wearing khakis or slacks and a polo or a button-up shirt and blouse. Absolutely under no circumstances should you wear shorts, hats, t-shirts, and I'll include in here hoodies. You should not be wearing hoodies. Now, they may say for the ACES workshop to wear something comfortable, but again, you will note that some of the students will do that. They're going to come in sweats and hoodies, and then you're going to see the other half of the students that come in khakis and polos. Let's be the professional ones. Let's look the part. Let's wear something that looks professional, because again, you never know who you're going to run into. You never know who we can introduce you to, and if other staff members around the district see you all dressed up and looking professional, they're probably going to make note of that. So all Graceland students are going to be expected to be in khakis or slacks, along with a polo or a button-up shirt or blouse. What to do when you're there. Again, look at that schedule, follow the pea green color. I strongly, strongly, strongly suggest if you're a junior or senior that you attend the ACES workshop. This is going to be really important for your BOC preparation. What's up with the hotel? What's going on? I have already reserved one room for you, and I'm apologizing because I can't remember if it's the Sherwood or the Starwood Hotel, but it's right there where the conference is being offered, so you don't have to walk anywhere or anything. It's right there, and there's one room reserved. You need to ask Brittany Graham about details for that. How much money you should bring? Well, obviously you're going to have to pay for registration beforehand, so and again, that's totally up to you. You'll have the $15 for the registration for MAATA. You have $80 registration for ACES, and then just depending upon what kind of meals you get and what other things that you do, that would be up to you. And then in terms of actually being there, I would always have a reserve fund just in case something happens. Have a little bit of extra money on hand. Bring a little bit of cash, and then there are things in terms of social events and stuff that are taking place that you might want to have a little bit of spending cash. So hopefully that should round out most of your questions. Again, I encourage you to check out the MAATA website and more information about the symposium. If you got any further questions, you can direct them to myself. Any questions about the hotel and transportation, again, you probably want to talk to Brittany and or arrange those things amongst yourself. You certainly can go down and back each day if you don't want to spend a lot on hotels. That's totally up to you. But we're really looking forward to this event. It's right in our backyard, just an hour up the road. Should be a wonderful opportunity for all of us to get involved, and again, a great opportunity for you all to network and meet some folks. So this is a really great opportunity. I look forward to having you there.